Hi, welcome to this week's RainHeartWisdom show. And this week's topic, it's about everything happens for a good reason, not just a reason. I have many experiences when I'm in certain moments, challenging moments, I'll be struggling and doubting. And once I push through those moments, I've learned to realize it was necessary for me to go through those moments. And I come out, learning that it needed to happen, and it needed to happen for a good reason. Today, I want to share with you a story about how I met Oprah. I know, right? How did I meet Oprah in person? Well, a friend of mine from Australia wrote to me an email. He's actually a healer himself. And when he wrote to me an email, say, hey, you know what? John of God is coming to Toronto. Do you know? Are you going? And I had no idea who John of God is at that time. No clue at all. However, I trusted this friend of mine and decided to look it up, look at when he's coming, who is this person, decided to sign up, and I went. So when I went, there were, we were required to wear white. There were certain procedures and things that we needed to go through. And knowing myself, one thing that I've practiced for a long time is I'm pretty open to things and I'm very curious about things. So I went with a lot of curiosity and openness. I went through the process and followed their guidance, and I was told to follow certain regimes. Now, but that's not the end of the story. When I finished that, I remember, somehow during that weekend, I kind of caught a flu. It could be clearing. I was clearing some stuff. And I remember on Monday, I had a call with a social media consultant because I was running my customer loyalty program business at that time. And I told her on that call, I said, sorry, my voice is a bit nasally because I feel like I'm coming down with a flu or something. Yet this call is really important, so I wanted to talk to you. So we started talking a little bit about project. And after that was done, I went into the weekend. I was at this event by John of God. And I just wanted to tell you, John of God mentioned that he's interviewed by Oprah, and it was shown on Sunday. So we kind of went into that conversation. And after we talked about it, she was like, oh, by the way, do you know Oprah is coming to Ottawa? I was surprised that I didn't know. I follow her quite well and typically kind of know what's happening. And I told her, no, I have no idea she's coming to Ottawa, like when? And so then she told me, and guess what? She offered me, I have 2 tickets on the premium front row seats that I want to give up. And automatically I jump on it and say, I want those tickets. I really want to see her. And then I ask her, why are you giving up those tickets? I mean, this is front row seats. You get to see Oprah right in front. And she said, oh, you know what? I have a VIP ticket. I get to see her at the back of the room. We get to spend some time with her. And during that call, I said, I want that too. I really want that VIP ticket. How can I get hold of that VIP ticket? And she said that, okay, let me call my friend who got me that ticket and see if I could get it. Then I kind of just really said, I really want that ticket, and I actually told the universe, I really want to see Oprah. Within, I think, less than 5 hours, she called me back and said, I got you a ticket. And I got so excited. Of course, then the rest is history. I went to the event. I got to meet Oprah. She is the person that has inspired me to do the work that I'm doing. I mean, there are many more other individuals, but she's really one that inspired me to do what I do today. And I got to spend some time with her. In addition, I was also invited to speak during that afternoon celebrating Oprah. I was one of the 10 speakers who were invited to speak. And that was the first time I got to speak in front of a stage of more than 500 people in Canada. Because I've been doing a lot more work in Asia, but not really in Canada at that time. And then I got to do that too at the same time. So I have tons of stories about how when I decided to follow and things open up and everything happens for a good reason. Another story I can share with you is, I like to share this story. Before coming to Canada, I wanted to make sure that my children will get to go to US. Because it's been my dream that I wanted to go to Disney World. Growing up, I want to bring my kids to Disney World. That's the idea. And we are Malaysian, so we needed visa to go to the US. just before we landed in Canada, when we applied for the US visa, we were rejected. Like my boys were rejected. I was devastated. I was crying at that day when I received the news, because I'm like, oh my God, if they reject, well, we're so close. We're moving to Canada. US is just next to us, and we can never visit that country. I can never fulfill that dream of mine. But what happened was I started reaching out to people and trying to figure out, how could I get this visa for my kids, right? I reached out to different mentors. And I remember one day I looked at a newspaper and saw this guy who was talking about visa immigration from the US Embassy. I told my husband, and again, right, just the newspaper popped up. I now know my higher self or divine has just, all the angels kind of put that in front of my face. Dragged him, and then we got to go now and go meet this person. I'm grateful when we got there. He just kind of finished. I walked up to him, took his, told him my situation. He gave me a card and said he'll do his best to see what he can do. But then we left. We left for Canada, came here, and still me wanting to work out how can I get the US visa. What happened was I wrote to this guy who works at the embassy. He was moved to somewhere in Middle East. If I'm not wrong, he was moved to the US Embassy in Turkey. And I was like, oh no, now he's not there. How could we get the visa? But he was kind enough. He actually connected me to someone in the US Embassy in Malaysia. Long story short, I got the visa. We got it approved. But the only criteria, I need to actually fly back to Malaysia, take my children's passport to get it endorsed in Malaysia. And so I did. And when I went back, the great thing that came out of it was I've already been teaching in this other program. Coincidentally at that time there is one in Malaysia, so I got to do more facilitation practice. And what opened up was I got to meet a business owner who runs a jewelry business. So I was introduced to him by a friend. And he said, I think it's good that you come and meet him. So I decided to follow, being open and just not resistant. Met him, and guess what? That opened up our first business in Canada. We started selling his jewelry. In fact, not only that, he literally gave me 250,000 ringgit worth of products and some cash to start the business here. So I actually got the business started because we were pretty new in Canada, just because of the visa event, right? So my intention here is just to let you know that everything happens for a good reason. I know sometimes when you're in it, it's hard, yet I know once we take time after it to look back and connect the dots, we can see that it was necessary, it was beautiful, it was magical, and it's a gift. So share more with me your story, where that had happened. I would love to hear from you. Share in a comment, and I look forward to connecting with you. Once again, have a blessed day. Us meeting here also, I believe, happens for a good reason. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next RainHeartWisdom show. Take care and goodbye.